So my name's Adam Smith, a grain grower in Beverly. Been farming for about 15 years. Our farming operation is a small family farming operation. We are 100% cropping, try to run a fairly modern fleet of gear. We've got a couple of full-time employees and Dad who comes back and helps out, and we're just trying to work around obviously the most profitable rotation, but the rotation that gives us sort of the best weed control, the best disease control, and everything, that all the factors that add up to best yield, best profitability. And still fairly hands-on. Should be a bit more of a manager, but I still love to get in and do things. We employ 2 full-timers plus myself, and then seeding time we have 2 more part-timers, and then harvest time my father's around sometimes to help out, and then we're full contract grain cartage, so there's a couple there I guess as well. Seeding operation is 2 seeders, 2 trucks, 2 sprayers, no night shifts, try not to do weekends where possible. We've done it all in the past. Yeah, it works on paper, but logistically it's a nightmare. So we've been fortunate enough to angle that way to overcapitalise a little bit, but we make up for it in timing. We can time things well, we can get crops in on time, we can get in front of rain, we can do reseeding quickly if we need to. And AgSKAN's been brilliant for this, from having so many boots on the ground and machines around, and everyone's got iPad in the machines, so everyone can see where everyone's been. Helps with hugely for me to see where everyone's at without having to pester everyone 5 times a day, 10 times a day. Where are you? Have you finished this bit? What is it? I can just quickly log on and see that, oh yep, they've got an hour and a half left until they finish that paddock, and just keeps the whole show sort of seamlessly rolling as best as possible to make the most use of the time of the day, really. It's taken the pressure off from the point that you never get caught out with, oh, the seeder has caught up to the sprayer, and now the spray driver, whether it's me or someone else, is off doing another job and they can't finish it, so now everyone's scrambling and the seeders are pulled up. Or so it helps out reducing that stress by just keeping the wheels rolling. So the machinery operations are purely down to we've got the best machine that we believe for each job, so no one manufacturer does the best of everything. So we have tractors that we like. Headers are a different brand because we believe they're better than the tractor brand. The sprayers are the same. So yeah, every machine purchased is sort of judged on the merits of its job. So that's why we've got a mixed fleet. Prior to AgSKAN, it was done a bit of telemetry stuff with shared coverage logging on some of the tractors. That works between the tractors, but having that mixed fleet also doesn't help because the seeder can't see where the sprayer is. But no, it was chemical drums on the ground. It was lots of 2-way calls, lots of phone calls with no signal. So a lot of all sorts of mishmash of different ways of doing it, and never quite as easy, really. Time management, really. That's my big factor that everything's based around. Time is money, and you've got to make the most of it. So we were just trying to save all those pinch points and get rid of those. That was the big one. There's been a few times where the seeder drivers we've told them that they're go to this tree on the fence line, or go to the chemical drum, and the chemical drum then blew away, or they didn't see it because it was dusty, and all of a sudden you get back and the seeder has seeded 3 runs past where the sprayer's gone. All of a sudden, there's no knockdown, there's no ryegrass control there, so all of a sudden there are issues. And then in other instances, we've had air seeders that have an air seeder driver left the lids off the bin once and did 25 hectares of seeding with no seed coming out. So we zoom back in on the tracking, we could go back and we could see on his map, we could see where he's come out and gone across the truck, and then he's gone back out and pulled in again. And we were up to track that and go, right, that's where he pulled out and pulled back in again because it was a different path. And we went, right, start from there and reseed. It was no issue, no scratching around. Yeah, definitely a big winner for us. Balancing family and farming life and all that sort of stuff is tricky at the best of times. Got a young family, very young family, trying to be home where possible and help out there. I love that side of things, but I love the business, and you've got to have that rolling now. It's a bit of a feed the beast sort of operation. Once you've got it going, you've got no choice. So having AgSKAN there has allowed me to just stay in contact with things, and you don't switch off, but it's easy to switch back on and switch off again. You quickly look in and go, I've got 3 hours, I'll duck back home, or I don't have to be going out at midnight tonight because they've got to certain places. So AgSKAN's that quick little look in, see where everything's at. So that's been handy for sure. Via Facebook, I think. Yeah, saw it on there, and I saw a few people chatting about it, and I thought this could be a good thing. So got in contact with Ryan, and yeah, carried on from there. It's been a good ride since. We've been with AgSKAN probably since its infancy, testing out, and lots of bugs, lots of issues, but along with that has been great feedback, great chat on the phone to them, suggesting things. Everything's been taken on board. Lots of features that get punched out within 12 hours sometimes, which is really good because you're out there working away and go, would this work? Yep, Lockie gets in there and punches something out at midnight, you get a text, and there it is. So really one-on-one has been probably the way to put it. It's a face right there. I'd have to say time again. Just having that time management is huge. Some people value it a lot, some people don't value it as much, but that's been the biggest. And it's hard to put a number on that, but I think that number would be big. It'd be a big number at the end of the day. What's the extra value when you've got an extra 100 to 300 hectares in of seeding in a week because everything ran smoothly? It's massive. AgSKAN's been really good there because everyone can just log in and see where the last person's up to, and did they go out around that group of trees in the middle. We're in an area where we've got lots of funny shaped paddocks and whatnot, so that's been really helpful. Tracking simple things like fire break spraying to make sure the job's done. Rock picking is another huge one. So we use it in the rock picker, and we go across the whole farm, but sometimes there's random odd ones here and there, or our spray operators, anyone in a tractor, if you see something after the rock pickers have gone through, drop a pin on there, a little rock symbol, and then the rock picker goes back around again and goes, yep, there they are. They don't have to spend hours going over the paddock a second time. They just go and get the 3 or 4 that the spreader driver or the seeder driver or whatever has seen. So they're pretty handy little features that don't seem like much, but they just add to the ease of the whole operation.